Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we'll be discussing WWE news. The first bit of news for this week is the fact that Ric Flair, 16-time World Heavyweight Champion, Hall of Famer, father of Charlotte Flair, has been released from WWE, but it's not like any of the other releases because he actually requested his release because apparently he wasn't sure where his character was really going, like nothing much was really going on with him, etc, etc. And my thoughts on it, it really does suck, but I do understand where he's coming from. And then if all that wasn't enough, I mean, Nature's getting pretty old now. Like, he can still be the legendary Ric Flair outside of WWE, but in terms of inside of WWE, it pains me to say that his days of doing that are kind of behind him at this very moment, and well, time. So, yeah, bringing it on to you, Cleaner. What do you think about the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, like, what I did here, that he requested it because he didn't like how the booking was in WWE. He really didn't, and he told us on a call that he didn't like it and he would like to be released. And he did get that wish. I mean, like, it's alright. We know he's still gonna be in WWE 2K22. We know that. Because, like, why wouldn't he? Unless he goes to AEW, which I completely doubt that. I don't think it's the worst release. At least it isn't something like Bray Wyatt. At least it isn't that. But,
That is true.
now we are moving on to Goldberg's son. Do you want to start, Deadman?
Yeah. It personally shocks me, the factor of how much he has grown, and it's honestly mind-boggling, and it sort of makes me feel old in a sense, and you too, Cleaner, because I mean, like, it's just crazy how much he has grown, and I mean, like, he honestly looks like a different kid, but you can still kind of see what his face looked like, you know, back when he was younger and Goldberg was defeating Lesnar in a minute and 26 seconds and brought his son out and, you know, did the whole Goldberg thing and he had his shirt off and all this other stuff. But, yeah, it honestly is mind-boggling to see Gage all grown up in the way that he is. Like,
Goldberg's entrance will never get old. It will never get old.
how has the time gone so quick?
That was 2016.
That was that's the big takeaway from it for me personally. How has time gone so quick? And I do agree with you, Cleaner. Like, Goldberg's entrance will never get old, but if only his matches were up to par like his entrance was.
You realize how old he is. Undertaker can still do it in the ring better than Goldberg can, and Undertaker's older.
Yeah, but I won't cross that bridge or open that can of worms. Point is, it's amazing to see how much Gage has grown, and with that all means it, over to you, Cleaner.
Yeah. I mean, he really does not look the same, I would have to say. Looks completely different. And he is only 15 right now. I was thinking he's like 18 and 19. Like, legit. Looked it up, he's 15. I saw he was like 18 and 19. But, you know,
That is amazing,
that's all I can really
really.
say about it. Not really much to say about it. Just, he looks a lot different. Now we are moving on to Rhea Ripley.
I'll let you start this one, Cleaner.
No. I don't even know what you're the one that wanted to put up there. I don't even know what you want to talk about.
Oh, okay. So Rhea Ripley, in terms of what I see happening with her when it comes to the Raw Women's Championship, I honestly don't know what will be happening with her, because I mean, like, she hasn't been in the title scene since she lost it to Charlotte Flair, and she's just been facing people like Nia Jax. So I really don't know where her character
They're in a
direction is
triple
really
threat.
going.
They
Oh,
are in a
okay,
triple
so
threat at
that's where.
SummerSlam.
Oh, okay. So yeah, my bad. So I guess that's where her character is going. So she's still in the title scene. So yeah, thanks for pointing me out on that, Cleaner. I forgot
At
about that.
least it isn't a complete rematch.
Yeah, that is cool that that match is happening. Like Rhea, Nikki, and
And I'm
Charlotte.
telling
Like,
you, this Raw, I feel like it did better this week, I have to say.
hmm.
In some
I was
ways it didn't, but in some ways it did. Just Riddle never does bad in the ring. He's probably one of the best on Raw. Same with like AJ and Omos. Alexa. Alexa is playing her character really well. Same with like
yeah,
Riddle.
Almost's wrestling ability is insane for a man of his height and size.
He can't sell
He
too
should not,
well.
he should not be able to move the way that he moves in that ring. Like it's quite surprising to be
Surprised he
fair.
doesn't do a dive. I'm telling you, if I see him do a dive next Monday, I will be in shock.
At this point, I wouldn't. Well, I would be surprised, but at this point, I I feel like they could just be building to that. I don't know.
I mean,
Who really knows at the end of the day?
yeah,
But in terms of going back to Rhea Ripley, yeah, she should have a good match along with Charlotte and
yeah,
Nikki for that for the Raw Women's title, and I'm glad that
yeah.
she's involved in it because then it makes the match not a rematch and actually something different, and it almost feels like the climaxingness
On
of
that,
the rivalry coming full circle.
I feel like that is a good match to start out on Nikki Ash's reign as a champion. For her to win that match, that would be good. But next, we are moving on to Adam Cole, him being a free agent. He could possibly be a free agent. I think he is. He might be. I did hear that his contract got extended 30 days, and only 30 days. And could that mean that he could be getting released? I do think that he could get released. Just why would you extend his contract only 30 days? That could be him moving to Raw or SmackDown, or that could be him being a free agent or release. There's multiple ways that could go. If he gets released, that would be really bad for 2K22. Either way, 2K22 roster will be still big if they implement every legend they can possibly implement and every person that's in WWE that they can possibly put in. Possibly. But like, if we put the roster behind them, I feel like that everything but the roster is gonna be on 2K, and that's gonna be how they do it, how they can do it. Well, what do you think about it, Dead Man?
Honestly, my opinions on it, I haven't heard too much on it, but based on what I've heard, honestly, it really does feel 50-50, because at this point, I really don't know what's going to happen with Adam Cole, because this could either turn out brilliant or completely horrible for his career and 2K22 and the WWE. Like, he could end up getting released, which would be real bad. Or he could just end up being a free agent, which is kind of a cool idea, because then he could be on Raw and SmackDown and have feuds with, like,
Yeah.
people like Sami Zayn and stuff of that nature, in the mid-card, and then casually build him up into the main event with, like, Roman and such. So,
If he were to fight Roman, I feel like Roman, this would be a great match for him to start out. Adam Cole, Finn Balor, and Big E and Roman, a Fatal 4-Way match for the number one, and that actually take Roman out of that, have it be a triple threat, and then that number one contender has a chance to go after Roman for his like championship, has a chance at that next pay-per-view. That would be a good match.
honestly, that honestly does have the potential to be a barn burner of a match, and especially who walks out the winner and then goes against Roman. That will
Either
also
way, it will be good.
brilliant match. Yeah. Like, you could literally go with anybody to win that match, and it would be totally fine because all three men really deserve it in the end.
So next we are moving on to SummerSlam possibly being cancelled. Well, I don't think it will be cancelled, but I've heard people say that could be because some people don't like to do some things that could really be good. Like, yeah. I'm not gonna say it in the video because I don't want my video to get taken down, but like, I'm sure you'll understand what I mean. Like,
Hmm.
the reason why it could get, you know, like a reason why it could get canceled is I'm sure you all know why. Everybody knows why.
Yeah.
I doubt it will. Even if it does get canceled, WWE does have a plan B. What do you think about that, dead man?
Well, if you guys don't know the reason, then you guys have been clearly living under a rock for the past year and a half,
More than
which
a year.
is which is hard to believe. But going on from that, I
Yeah,
hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't get cancelled. But it could literally go either way at the end of the day. But
just be glad it hasn't yet.
yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you've
Masks are
really
already
just
required there, so I'm like,
yeah.
it doesn't need to get canceled now.
I think it's just one of those
It's
things,
on one leg
Cleaner.
right now. The mask part was like kicking one leg, and the other leg is like
Mm.
kicking another leg, and it getting canceled. Well, that's gonna be it for today's video. Well,
Just
make sure to
just a
comment, like, and
clean,
subscribe.
Cleaner. Just a
And
second. Just going off from what I was about to say. I think it is going to be a matter of just waiting and seeing, guys, whether or not it does or doesn't get answered, and that's also to you too, Cleaner, as well as obviously the viewers that would be watching this video. Like, it really is a matter of just waiting and seeing. But that's just our thoughts on the thing. So that's literally all I wanted to throw out there. So yeah, do the outro like you were doing, Cleaner.
make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And your Pikachu will grow bigger if you comment. That's just a fact. Well, see you guys in the next one.